Hey there, happy Tuesday, happy book review day. Today's book is one I'm super excited about. How to Walk on Water and Climb Up Walls by David L. Hugh. So David L. Hugh, name might not immediately come to mind, but if you follow the Ig Nobel prizes, you know, they're a prize given to scientists for wasteful or ridiculous studies. David L. Hugh has won three of them. So his first one was the determining the average number of seconds for mammalian urination. The second one was something about the eye length of eyelashes, and the third one was oh crap, what was it? It was about wombats and their square poop. And so he's done studies which on the surface seem silly or ridiculous. The urination one, to me, is just kind of awesome. And he addresses them all in his book. Um, so, if you don't know, mammals on average urinate for 21 seconds. And he had to teach people how to collect that data. Because, of course, if you approach an animal while it's urinating, it'll probably stop, it'll run away. And so they had to film and collect and study at zoos and all of these things. Um, the story of how that study came about is adorable. So he tells it in here. So I'll tell an encapsulated version, which is he is a new father. He's stressed out. He's tired, short-tempered. His wife is telling him about like counting to, cool down his temper and that kind of stuff. And he's trying to do all the child duties in the evening when he gets home from work because his wife has been doing it all day. And so he's changing a diaper, and his son pees on him. And if you've ever had a baby boy, you know this just kind of happens. You cover the penis and prevent that. But he is a new parent, and doesn't know that yet. And so he's like, it hit me in the chest. And he was like, so I started counting. And he got past 10, and he was like, how long can my son pee for? And he got to the end of, I think, 22 seconds or something. And he was like, oh my God, my child's a prodigy. He pisses like a racehorse. And he was like, wait, how long do I pee? And he went and timed himself, and it was almost exactly the same length of time. How long does it take a normal mammal to pee? And then did this whole study, and whether it's an elephant or a giraffe or a mouse, 21 seconds is the average, between 10 seconds and 30 seconds. And then as you age, it does increase a little bit. So this study, which seems on the surface to be ridiculous, has led to a very easy threshold for figuring out problems with your bladder. If you take longer than 21 seconds or 30 seconds on the outset to urinate, then there might be something going on in your bladder, and there's no invasive process necessary to determine that. And so it's a nice check for that. But it also is answering a question that other people have probably had, but had no way of measuring it or thinking about it. So anyway, his book is all about animal movement, how snakes move, and like you might think they push against things, but they can move across carpet or slick floors. And what does their body look like when it moves? And ultimately, where this is all going is by observation of things in the natural world, we can build better robots and things to simulate them. So snakes and worms, worms, for instance, scientists used to think ate the dirt and then pooped it out the other end. Not true. So yes, they consume things in the dirt, but not at the same time. Like there's actually this little method of forming a crack and then pulling it apart that they use instead. And these things are working to create better robots for surgeries and those kind of things, more efficient transportation, and all kinds of possibilities. And so by looking at these studies that, again, on the surface might seem kind of ridiculous or silly, it inspires people to think outside of what's right in front of them, to ask questions other people hadn't asked before, and to dig in, because you never know. So there are lots of scientists who have reached back to Hugh and said how inspirational his study was for a number of reasons. In the book itself, again, it's all about animal movement and then robots towards the end. He talks to scientists who study animal movement and where their initial idea came from and kind of what they learned through the process. And anyway, it's super interesting. I did listen to it as an audiobook, but I'm going to pick it up as a physical book as well because I imagine there's pictures, and if nothing else, there's lots of studies and research pointed to that I want to have access to. So, anyway, what are you reading? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, have a great day.